Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we are back again with the second one of our semi-final matches. Just as a reminder, we started with 128 players and we are down to 4. In the first semi-final, BV beat Barrowman 4-2, establishing his place as the first finalist. Barrowman will still have a match in the tournament, fighting for the third spot with the loser of this match. This time around we have Fintech, my teammate, going up against Anonymous, who is obviously a member of GT40 and also extremely capable player. So let's see how it wraps out there in the semi-final number 2, and finally we'll see which are going to be the 2 summoners that make it to the finals for the big showdown. Again, just a reminder, everybody so far in the top 4 already has earned $200. Whoever wins the tournament will take home the grand prize of $800. So there is a lot on the stake here. We have Fintech at the top left hand side corner, we have Anonymous at the bottom right hand side corner. It is best out of 7, so first player to reach 4 wins advances to the finals. Fintech starts with Hyperion on defense. Let's see who BV is going to place as his first defender. You can see that Finn has drafted Hercules, Juggernaut, Penny, Nick, Dr. Doom, and Galen. And then we have Domino, Hulkling, Dragonman, Archangel, Nick Fury, Human Torch, and also a Juggernaut for Anonymous. Here we have Juggernaut going to possibly nuke that Hyperion, and we have Penny Parker going up against Domino. So here, if I was a betting man, I would definitely bet on Juggernaut, absolutely rinsing the floor with Fintech's Hyperion and doing it faster. Penny can do Domino quite well in my opinion, but she's still likely to take some crit fail damage, and it's still harder fight than the one that Juggernaut against Hyperion, because obviously Juggernaut can nullify Hyperion's power gain. He will have plenty of buffs active himself as well for majority of this fight, therefore he will start benefiting from Rich Get Richer in short order. As we can see here, it is already happening. Now they are equal in the number of buffs, so nobody's getting the power gain, but Hyperion's almost already dead. Here we have Anonymous going for level 1, getting another buff on himself. And here a final level 2 to finish it off, and that's like a 30-some second fight here, where Domino is still alive and kicking, and Penny obviously has taken massive crit fail damage here. So yeah, now Anonymous is using this extra time in order to think about his potential next moves, but the first round, first match, first game goes to Anonymous, as Finn is still dealing with the Domino here in this fight. He does only need to get to his level 2 in order to finish it, hopefully, and that is exactly what happens. That's a massive level 2, 16 incinerates, but it's just not good enough. It's just not quite good enough, because Juggernaut wins that Hyperion in 33 seconds. Juggernaut is such a menace in Balgons. I absolutely love the fact that I have a rank 4 now, and he's one of my favorite champions in the game right now. I am personally on the Juggy train hard, and I'm not getting off for a foreseeable future. Right, let's go for round 2. Let's see. So, Anonymous now has to place his defense. He goes with Dragonman. Fintech is placing Nick Fury on the defense for Anonymous. So we suspect that Nick Fury can be taken down extremely fast there by Hulkling. Hulkling is obviously extremely effective in Rich Get Richer meta, and Finn has opted to go with Galen in order to deal with this Dragonman, because Galen will actually be able to out-buff the Dragonman and gain the extra power. You have to be careful with Mystic Dispersion when using Galen, so I suspect the best strategy here with Galen is probably go to level 3 and then drop a level 1 to finish it in one big burst, which might not end up being quick enough considering how fast is Hulkling if everything goes smooth against Nick Fury. So again, matchup wise, I would have to say that Anonymous here has the advantage, but no, Finn does decide to go with a level 2, which again is the riskier play in my opinion, because Mystic Dispersion now is a legitimate threat as soon as those 8 buffs are going to expire. Dragon Man is going for a level 3 and there is no stopping that. But that might not happen, hopefully. We'll see. But here we go. 3 bars of power immediately. He does get in another level 1 here. And Dragon Man's at 10%. And Nick Fury is about to be dead. Nick Fury is dead. If that was enough, then Finn could have had this fight. But unfortunately it wasn't. The 10% health remaining on Dragon Man was the deciding factor here. And there's just no way around it. Anonymous takes the round 1 win here. And we're going to have to move to round 2. Anonymous had great counters. And most importantly, he made absolutely no errors in these matches. So let's see how round 2 looks like. Hopefully we can see this thing go all the way to 7 matches, but who knows. Here they are finishing up their drafts. Dr. Doom and CGR as last picks for Anonymous, and Fintech is going to get to pick his last champion with the choice in between Mordo, Human Torch, and Sasquatch. Let's see who he chooses to go with here, and that is Human Torch. And Nuke Torch. Human Torch is a bit OP for Balgons, but let's see whether Finn will be able to make his comeback and equal the score here. Anonymous has to place his defense first, so he drops a thing on defense. Fintech is dropping a domino on defense himself, and let's see how this works out for both of them involved. Now Anonymous has to decide on his offensive option. He doesn't have any of the tech domino nukes, so he chooses to go with Dr. Doom here, which is quite an interesting choice. We haven't seen that fight happen too often, but Finn has Gallon here going up against Thing. Gallon is obviously a very, very, very good Thing counter. Can finish this fight, especially in this meta, in like sub 50 seconds, I would say, if all goes well. Obviously, every Thing fight, or almost every Thing fight, comes with inherent risks. You still need to manage the rock stacks, you still need AI that cooperates and everything else. But it is much safer fight than Dr. Doom against Domino, in my opinion, especially considering things like this, where Domino crit failed the passive stun of the heavy attack. That could have been ugly very quickly, but we can see that Dr. Doom is taking a lot of crit fail damage and already has lost a 1/5 of his health just to that. At the same time, Gallon here is making progress, dropping his specials. Already has dropped level 2, level 1. He's going for another level 1, get some extra furies there, and most importantly, more planetary mass. He does activate his heavy attack here. He has 480 planetary mass now, 500 planetary mass. He goes for a level 1 with 710, and that is enough to finish off this fight. And as I said, it's sub 50-second fight with pretty much perfect health bar. So it is quite clear that Finn wins this round, where Domino is just not going down and pretty much bullying Doom here. And now we have level 2, but again, only one of the Incinerate stick. And Domino is a mean lady in this meta if you do not have an appropriate counter. Such a nightmare of a champion. But he still is working very hard to finish out this fight. He has 30 seconds left on the clock. Domino has about 40% of her health left. Let's see how that works out. He goes for another heavy attack there. Another lucky and unlucky trigger. Fury is back up on Domino. Is he gonna go straight for level 2? Yet again, Dr. Doom is perpetually unlucky in this match, it seems. And yeah, it's definitely not the greatest matchup here. He finishes off with level 2, dropping Domino down to 20%. His own health was just under 30%, but obviously it's nowhere close to the score that Finn put up with Gallon against the Thing. It's going to be interesting to see the next round here. So let's move on to that. Let's see what these amazing players set up for defense for each other. But Hercules is going to be first anonymous fight. So Anonymous has to deal with Hercules. Let's see what he is going to end up placing on defense for Fintech. And that is going to be Hulkling. Hulkling obviously is extremely troublesome opponent in this Rich Get Richer meta. And then on top of that, Anonymous has a CGR to take down Hercules. Now, Hercules with CGR is definitely doable, but that Infuriate can mess things up for you. So you do need to be careful in this fight as well. Overall, I would much rather CGR Hercules than try to Hyperion Hulkling, is how am I going to put it. So here, matchup wise, I would say that Anonymous definitely has the advantage in my opinion, especially with all that extra power gain that Hulkling is going to be getting. And who knows though, with great RNG there is a chance, but Finn unfortunately drops his level 1 here in the block. He had a great start, but Hulkling seems to have turtled up a bit, whereas CGR is just doing CGR things. He's just nuking away that Hercules like nobody's business. Hercules still hasn't dashed back by the looks of it, and here Hercules triggers his immortality, whilst Anonymous just keeps shooting special attacks there to stall for time. And here we have CGR. Oof, what a final colossal mistake of 1%. Yikes. This is scary now. He had this fight all but wrapped up. He just went in for the finishing hit. Hyperion had 1 HP remaining. And all of that goes away in one devastating level 2 intercept by Hyperion. And now Finn all of a sudden has an opportunity to equal out the score in this encounter to catch up. And it seems that Hyperion is going to get it done. 100% health finish. Excellent fighting from Fintech here. It did take a while, but he got it down and he takes the W and equals the score. I did not see that coming. Man, that level 2 must have been so devastating to the face. 100% to 0 health. Sheesh. That was the most dramatic fight reversal so far that I have seen in the tournament. Everything's done. Everything's wrapped up. You have perfect health bar. Hercules' immortality has expired. You just need to tap once. 1 HP damage required. And it all immediately goes away. Yikes. Okay, now it's 1-1. They can even out the scores. Let's see how they work out the next match here. So both of them have 2-0'd each other so far. And this is match number 3. Basically, they are starting yet again on equal footing. And let's see how this works out. So, Fintech starts with Sasquatch on defense by the looks of it. And then we are going to have who Finn is going to have to deal with. And that is going to be, yet again, Dragon Man. No, Dr. Doom. Interesting. It's going to be interesting to see who Finn chooses to deal with that Dr. Doom. And he's going with Gallon. That's quite interesting. Fair enough. I think, unironically, one of my favorite Dr. Doom counters in recent times has been Juggernaut. Juggernaut is amazing at killing off Dr. Dooms, as it turns out, and I definitely enjoy that fight. But I have openly stated that I'm definitely biased for Juggernaut. However, Anonymous has Human Torch in order to deal with that Sasquatch, so obviously I would say that unless something goes horribly wrong there, then Human Torch does have a very good opportunity to do this fight extremely well. But with Sasquatch fights, they can be unpredictable. If he doesn't enter Wrath of Tenrak for a really long time, that can be quite troublesome. Also, you need to be careful of the power gain here the Sasquatch is going to get, because he is a Mystic champion after all, and Mystic Dispersion can become a problem. But so far we have seen that this Sasquatch is cooperating just fine, throwing special attacks quickly, and with that also getting burned down to a crisp very efficiently without much trouble. He's already at only 25%. Here Finn does get to evade the level 2 from Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom here is at 8% health. It just wasn't enough. It could have been such a close call fight here if that harvest had finished it off. Unfortunately, it didn't, and Hemododge is already done. So we just need to wait here for the harvest to expire. Finn is dashing back, trying to get his health back to 100%, and harvest damage obviously does kill it, but it's just not quite quick enough. Galen, as it turns out, is a very good counter. I wonder if he should have went for level 3 and that guaranteed finish in the first place, but it was just 10% health there. It was so close. But I'm glad that we have the opportunity to see all of these amazing Galen fights as well. So first round goes to Anonymous, and let's see how round 2 plays out. Anonymous is placing Domino for Finn to deal with, and Finn is placing Thing for Anonymous to deal with. So against Thing, we obviously see Galen going on offense, as we have established in this video and in this tournament in general already. Galen is perfectly capable Thing counter, especially in this meta with the extra power gain. He can get quicker ramp up. And we have Hulkling going up against Domino. And Hulkling can absolutely, in this meta especially, nuke down a Domino very quickly, but he cannot escape the crit fail damage. And even if the fight goes perfectly, you will suffer damage from Domino, which can be obviously extremely frustrating. So Hulkling has to be stupid fast in order to have a chance here to win this match, which you never know what is going to happen. But it is hard to imagine Hulkling being that much faster than Galen in order to offset the crit fail damage difference. However, here we can see that Domino is already down at 34% health. Anonymous has chosen to go for a level 3, so that eats up some more time. Unfortunately, here, Finn, in the name of speed, does push Domino to 3 bars of power, and she does not hesitate to use that special attack. So this is not good. That is one smackdown Hulkling with that bleed. And he does finish out the fight in under a minute, with only 4% health remaining. And obviously, Anonymous should have this fight. What makes it even more interesting, Anonymous makes a mistake of his own and loses 13% of the health. So if not for that level 3 to the face, the outcome of this match would have been vastly different. But again, with 39,000 points, it will not be enough, even with the difference in time. The difference isn't big enough to offset the health pool difference. And here we go. Galen takes the win there. It wasn't a perfect Galen fight like we saw before, but it was good enough. And obviously that level 3 to the face was extremely unfortunate. And that means Anonymous takes the win here. 2-1 against Fintech, and we are moving on to round 4. Every match so far, I believe, has been 2-0 as well, so they are not messing around. Right, we have Hulkling, Hercules, Thing, Hyperion, Sasquatch, and Juggernaut on the Finn side, and then we have Kingpin, Domino, Hulkling, Mordo, CGR, Thing for Anonymous. Fintech has to pick his last champion here. And he goes with Warlock. And let's see how they are going to set up this round and how it's going to work out for them here. So Finn, Anonymous has to place first, and he does place Domino here. Finn drops his Sasquatch on defense. So Anonymous has to pick the best counter for Sasquatch, which he goes with Kingpin, which isn't ideal, which is definitely workable. But then again, neither is Warlock against Domino. Now, in the Rich Get Richer meta, Warlock is better against Domino than in most other metas, purely because of the extra power gain and Warlock being able to get his level 2s quicker. But obviously, still, the crit fail damage is going to be there. So Finn has to be extremely fast if he wants to get the win here, because Kingpin is not going to be the fastest Sasquatch killer in the world. However, there is a very good likelihood that Kingpin can finish this fight out with 100% health. So all of those things are to be taken in consideration. So speed has to be Finn's go-to here, and hopefully Anonymous again does not end up eating a level 3, because Kingpin does trigger buffs with his level 2, and Sasquatch can be frustrating. So here we can see that unfortunate mistake has chipped down Warlock there to 20-some% health, whilst Domino is still at 50% health. This Domino is definitely not making things easy for Finn. And let's see how it works out here. He is trying to do his best with whatever health he has remaining. He needs to get in an intercept, but that if there is going to be a crit fail, it did not quite finish off the fight. Domino is remaining at 24% health, but at the same time, Kingpin there is eating a level 3 from Sasquatch, which is obviously going to be dealing quite a bit of damage as well. And Sasquatch does have his healing active here. We have last 30 seconds remaining of the fight. That level 1 will help with Sasquatch triggering his regeneration, but at the same time, the time is running out, and this is going to be, well, this entirely depends now on Anonymous, how he is going to finish this match. Sasquatch's health is ticking away slightly. He finally throws that level 2, so Kingpin can go in for the final burst of damage. Gets Sasquatch down to 9% and takes the win in this opening match. So Kingpin did the best he could. Didn't quite finish the Sasquatch off, but in this case it turned out to be enough to get the win in this round 1. Alright, let's move on to the next match now. Let's see what Finn is going to drop on defense for Anonymous. And there are definite options, but the strongest defender there seemingly is the Thing. And Anonymous responds in kind. So we have Hercules versus Thing and Gallon versus Thing. Take your bets, people. In this fight, again, Hercules can do things extremely well, but Gallon, in my opinion, is definitely kind of like a safer, more controlled fight. So it is going to be interesting to see which one of them does better here. So obviously Finn does want to start with a whole bunch of light intercepts in order to ramp up Hercules as much as possible. He goes for a level 1 pretty much straight away here. Perfect 15 charges, but unfortunately gets caught on a dashback, and that could pretty much make the difference. And here again, does drop a hit, and with that he is cornered, and it's not a great space to be in at the moment in this fight. And unless Anonymous makes a major mistake, this round is going to go to him. So Hercules here goes for level 3. As I said, Hercules can do things extremely well, but it can be tricky. You need an AI that cooperates, and that is not what we see here so far. See Gallon there going for a level 2. He already has over 600 planetary mass. Now he drops a massive level 1 and finishes the fight already with more health than Hercules has. So that's a win for Anonymous here in this round. Hercules is still going to finish out the match. It's just not going to be fast enough to take the win. So Anonymous goes up 3-1 against Fintech. And we have the next round to look forward to. Now again, at this situation, it is already back against the wall for Fintech, because Anonymous just needs one more win to advance to the finals, and Finn has some catching up to do. So we're going in the game 5, potentially the final game. Let's see, Finn finishing out his draft. So far we can see that there's Omega Sentinel, Hyperion, Hulkling, Kitty Pryde, Mr. Fantastic. There's Mordo down there. Yes, and Nick Fury. as the last picks. Anonymous gets the very last draft. He has an option of Omega Red, Mordo, and Killmonger. He chooses to go with Mordo. And let's see how this works out for them. So Fintech has to place the defense first here, which obviously is not advantageous at all. He drops Nick Fury as his initial defender, and Anonymous now has to drop his defense, which by the looks of it is Dr. Doom. So now Finn is taking Omega Sentinel up against Dr. Doom, and Anonymous is going to go with Juggernaut. So let's see. Will Juggernaut be fast enough to outpace Omega Sentinel in this Dr. Doom fight? Because obviously the good thing about Omega Sentinel is that once you get to your level 2, and in this matchup you can get to level 2 quite quickly, you do a lot of damage over time without relying on critting or hitting very hard, and Doom does not have the biggest health pool. So, however, Juggernaut obviously isn't. My apologies. Juggernaut obviously is an absolute damage monster, and here we can see that he already got his first level 2 with 10 Fury, so he got with 10 Unstoppable, so he get that massive Fury, and he gains even more power. Unfortunately, there seems that he paused a bit with his level 2, and that resulted in his level 2 being thrown into Nick Fury's block, which in return ate all of the Unstoppables from Juggernaut, so that wasn't a perfect moment there, but still, Juggernaut is absolutely running through that Nick Fury here with a well-timed level 2. The Nick Fury is already in his second life. Now, only thing he has to do is bait out level 2, run in for a level 2 of his own, and now just basically get in an intercept and drop a level 2. Finish off this fight with 90% health and take the win. This is a 60-second Nick Fury kill, about as fast as anybody does these Nick Fury fights. And even though Finn did very, very well in his fight with the Omega Sentinel, it still took 71 seconds. And obviously, Juggernaut takes the victory. Man, Juggernaut is so awesome. Okay, I'm done simping out for the Juggernaut. No, I'm not. Juggernaut's awesome. My most banned Battlegrounds champion at the moment, probably. Alright. Now, this is all hands on deck situation. If Finn loses this fight, he's out. Well, not out. He's still going to have the chance to play for the third. But you guys know what I mean. Finn has to win this if he wants to keep this match alive. Or if Anonymous wins, then that is it. He has beat Fintech and he's advancing to finals. We have Hercules and Hyperion on defense, and both Hulklings on attack. So it's going to be a race. It is 100% going to be a race. Here, obviously, Hyperion is a champion that should, in theory, go down quicker. But at the same time, Hercules also has his immortality that could stall Fintech. Hyperion does have his power gain, which could present a problem if the AI clamps up a bit. In the first match, unfortunately, Hyperion there stalled Finn by placing his Infuriate. But it's okay, because at this point, Finn has dropped his level 2 with 2 Furies. Life's good. And Hercules is going down quite quickly, but so is Hyperion. And here, Anonymous goes for level 2 and finishes out the fight. And Hercules triggers his immortality, which basically means game over. It's a 33-second fight for Anonymous. And Herc just said he wins this one. So here we go. Fintech loses to Anonymous 1-4. Anonymous, great win. That means that the final of first MCOC Open Battlegrounds tournament, sponsored by Evizone, is going to be in between two GT40 players. It's going to be BV going up against Anonymous. We're going to see how that works out soon. Meanwhile, definitely check out Evizone. They're an amazing messaging and file transfer company that is the sole reason we are able to have the prize fund for this tournament. They have been amazing to work with, and they're a great company. And let's say huge thank you to Fintech, and congratulations to Anonymous for moving on to the finals. We'll still see Fintech going up against Barrowman for the 3rd place finish. See you soon, guys. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the next